golden threads. Welcome back. So if you've seen either of I've only recorded 2 videos for the channel so far. If you saw either of them, I can't remember which one it was. In one of them I said, I really don't feel like I've got any messages, anything to say. And in both of them I seemed to talk for quite some time. But the point I'm coming to now is I was in the middle of a yoga session just now, and suddenly not suddenly, but during the session, as I was going through the poses in the sequence that I was doing, and I'm just doing it by myself, so I'm not listening to anyone guiding. It's music playing and I'm in my thoughts as I'm doing yoga, and I find it's quite meditative, which is a message in itself for someone probably. But as I was doing that session, as I was flowing through the poses, I suddenly had a remembrance of, or an inclination that I ought to share about different styles of prayer and how they can correlate. And for some reason it came to me as drinking styles. So this may resonate very strongly for someone at this time. And it came to me in a way that really may resonate. So say, for example, if you were to describe yourself as a top-up drinker, and that's the sort of drinker who would have small amounts of alcohol but frequently, as opposed to a binge drinker, where you could go for, like, say 6 out of the 7 days without making contact with God or your higher power, or however you like to refer to your spirit team. And so my next thought was that if you resonate more as being the sort of person who really does, and I'm one of these people, really does need that kind of constant guidance, constant support. You're checking in, you're giving gratitude, but you're in a conversation with the universe, and it's constant, it's continuous, it's moment by moment through the day, and you feel supported, and you really are aware of the fact that you're really not alone, and how that can be very centering and nurturing and guiding. And I feel that that somehow correlates to the idea of the meek shall inherit the earth, in the sense that those of us who do rely on that check-in with God, we have such a strong awareness of God's presence in everything that is happening to us and around us, and the strength that we can tap into from that, the comfort, the sense of security, the well-being, the however you want to word it. And in needing that, it's an awareness of my own weakness, my own lack of power. I don't have the power in my life. The only thing I have power over or on is my thinking, right? And my speaking and my actions and my response to everything else. But I don't have any control over everything else. Only my response, only my thinking, only my words, only myself. And so the idea that the meek will inherit the earth is the idea that those of us who through our meekness or weakness or sense of powerlessness, call on God, ask God, seek God. The idea that we feel that presence of God, really feel the presence of God, is the inheritance, if that makes sense. And so the only reason we have that inheritance, we have that experience, is because we seek it. And it's available to everyone. It's available. God is available. The experience is available to even those who don't believe it, if they were, which they don't, because they don't believe it. But it's available to them. But the only reason they don't experience it is because they don't believe it. For someone, that's going to make a lot of sense. It'll be a penny. It'll be the meek, yes, that's me. I'm the seeker. I'm the one who relies on the strength, who knows they cannot survive without the strength, or who knows, yeah, you might survive, but it would be, the difference. Those of us who awaken later in life, we really know the difference between life in God's care or in awareness of God's care and life outside the awareness of God's care. And it's two completely separate lives. There's no comparison. I was called to bring that, and that's magic in itself. And now I shall go and finish the rest of my yoga session. Thank you very much for being here, and God bless you, my golden threads. Have a lovely evening or morning or afternoon wherever you are.